Let's take a minute and talk about how to use a wide grip bench press to increase your bench strength in your regular bench press. The wide grip bench press is by nature a submaximal exercise. It uses a shorter range of motion and it utilizes less musculature in your triceps so that you can emphasize more stretch in your pectoralis major. As a result, this helps you increase pressing power off the bottom half of the range of motion for a regular bench press. So a lot of people will run into a point where eventually the regular bench press gets heavy enough that they need a little bit of extra work to get through their sticking points. This would be kind of like the opposite of a pin press for your press. It would be the bottom half of the range of motion of that movement. This means that this exercise should be used for more advanced programming, as you should wait until your regular bench press has slowed down enough that you need this extra little bit of work. Well, how do you program an exercise like this? Do I just abandon what I've been doing entirely for a regular bench press and then go to a wide grip bench press and start all over? That's not what I would prefer to do. Instead, we need to have a measurable mile marker to note your improvement over time, and that would be your regular grip bench press. So when it comes to programming this exercise, that means that you should be adding this to what you've already been doing. And the best way to do that is to do it as a light movement, because again, it's already an inherently lighter movement. I like to incorporate a pause with the wide grip bench press when I program people. And for the most part, this means that it's going to be even harder to do. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like and how do you incorporate this into a good program. Again, you should have a heavy day by now if you are already going through that progression slowly over time where you're just adding a little bit of weight. And in addition to that, you should have a volume day by this point, which means that we're going to add this exercise in between those two exercises, probably at the middle part of the week. So say on Monday, you're doing your heavy bench press, and then on Friday, you're doing your lighter volume bench press. I would typically incorporate a wide grip bench press on Wednesday for 2 sets of 5 with a pause in between, just to make it a little bit harder and get a little bit more stretch out of the bottom of your muscles. So how do you determine your grip width for what would constitute a wide grip bench press? It's going to be different for everybody. But typically, I would have people go to a full hand width wider than what they would normally do for their bench press grip. So consider it. Give it a try. If you're one of these people that has a really hard time at the bottom part of the movement, getting that bar going in your regular bench press, try to program a wide bench press grip for a little bit and see how it works. And let us know in the comments how it works for you.